19th of June, Rabbi Furst, Pierke Avos, conversion of Ruth.
Oh, and Lauren's here. Ah, I see.
Okay. Good morning, everyone.
Oh, you have a
Okay.
new grandchild, Lauren?
I had two.
Oh, two. Well, Mazel
Lauren, good
Tov.
to see you. Glad you're back, Lauren. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Okay.
Who had the babies?
Two new granddaughters.
All right,
Who?
very nice.
Both of my youngest sons both had girls, a day apart. Mamish a day apart.
Wow, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov.
Yeah. So Ari's is Libachana and Akiva's is Chava Sarah.
Very good. What a good grandfather. You have to keep track of all these names, you know.
We've already had the kiddishes for it and everything. That's why I was
Oh,
so.
terrific. All right. Give your wife my best and I'll try to get in touch with her.
Oh, she's still in it. She won't be here till after Shavuos or Batamas.
Yeah, but I can still use a phone.
Yep.
Okay, very good. Nice to
Okay.
see you, Lauren.
Okay.
Hey Barry, how are you?
Hi, Lauren. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Back. When did you get in?
Thursday morning.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Very good. Here we can start it. We're starting again. This is the Tzitzi Eliezer. I know, Baruch Tzvi, I don't know if you have a copy of this. We sent it out an email. This was a few weeks ago. We're working through this. This is on Megillus Ruth. We're going through the Tzitzi Eliezer of Oldenburg, Zechron Bracha, discussing the whens, wheres, hows, and whys of Ruth conversion. I guess when and if, when, and how it took place. And we're on the in the fourth page of 4 pages. Let's see. I think we did Vav. No, I think we're in the middle of Vaz. No. Yeah, I think we should start with Vav again. That'll be actually a good summary. That'll. You don't have a hard copy, do you, Baruch Tzvi?
I haven't printed it off yet. I have to go dig through my mail to find it. We have
No
what's on.
problem. No problem. Do you see it clearly well on your screen?
Reasonably clearly.
Maybe I can make it bigger.
I can live with it.
Okay, fine. Good. Would you like to do the reading? You've been away for a while. You can honor us if you like. It's too hard to read. If it's too hard to read, don't strain yourself. We'll
Let somebody else go. Give me a chance to get back into the flow of things.
okay. Yeah. So Lou, you'd like to read?
I would, thank you.
Okay, but it's you're low again. That microphone, that you're using an external mic.
Yes,
Uh,
is that better?
What's everybody say?
Pretty good.
Seems like her.
Better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Rock Zos Lahair Al Habach. This is the comment of the Bach.
This is the Ragzos the comment Alaba Lahir Alaba to make a comment on the book.
Right. The Zohar, Perech Balak, Amud Kuf Tzadi, Mivoar, Behadei Shalo Nisgairu Mikodem Lechain. So the Zohar explained explicitly that they did not convert before this.
I mean, that's before their marriages, right? Before their marriages to Kilyon, Machlon, or Kilyon.
Right. The Acharei she mivoar derus hu I'm sorry, hus Barta. And afterwards, it explains that Ruth was doubtfully.
Barta is the daughter to Eglon, Malka de Moab.
Oh, the
Ruth-
daughter of Eglon, king of Moab. Umes Eglon de Katil lay Ahud.
Ahud, right.
That Eglon died being killed by Ahud. Umanu Melech Acharei. And he became king afterwards.
Yeah, that he became king afterwards.
Vida be Barisa Ashteros. And we know from the Brisa, Ashterosh v'hut bevei omna b'sadeh Moav, that they remained in the fields of Moab.
Right. V'dad Barta ishtarta v'hus bebei amuna ushtei Moab. She was the remaining daughter, and she remained like faithful in the field, like meaning the stay Moab, in the region of Moab.
So we're talking about after the death of her father.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Kivasav Vizal. And that's the end of the quote from the Zohar.
Right.
Kevan de Asa Taman Elimelech Bisava Levare. Since that Elimelech was honest, Bisava is to marry.
Yes.
He married Levara. What's Levara? Levare.
That he married him, and he married him to his son. Since Elimelech was a trustful person, so Eglon married his daughter to his son, Machlon.
Wait, I thought Eglon was dead.
I think it's the opposite way. I think it's the opposite way. I think it's Psukim. The Psukim and Shoftim speak about this. 1 second. Perik Gimel Tezrov. Um, let's see. Yeah. Yeah, right. Ehud killed Eglon, right?
Right.
Ehud killed Eglon, and second. And so therefore, the only remaining daughter of Eglon was Ruth, and so it's not clear. Kevin the at is the Asad Taman Elimelech Nisva Libere. He was married to his son. So Ruth was married to the son of Elimelech. That's what the Zohar is saying. Who married her? I'm not sure. Unless she maybe Ruth on her own, whenever she went to marry, maybe she had no father anymore. Her father was killed, right? So in a means of refuge, she went to Elimelech, who was an honest person, and married his son. Okay.
So we've heard the theory that Ruth and Orpah were sisters. Does this indicate that according to the Zohar, they were not sisters?
Not exactly. I don't know. It's not really, not exactly. I mean, again, when Naomi makes reference to Orpah, she makes reference to her daughter as being a daughter-in-law, your sister-in-law, not your sister.
Right. And this
So-
says that Ruth was the only daughter left.
Apparently, yeah. So
Could that mean that? I'm sorry.
they do mention that they had different mothers. Apparently, that I remember seeing that Ruth and Orpah had the same father, but they had different mothers. But so different mothers. So okay, that I'm not clear. Yeah, Barry, what did you want to say?
No, I was going to ask that. Could it be from different mothers?
Yeah, but so then you always have to understand why Ruth was called the sister-in-law of
Well,
Orpah.
that could mean sister-in-law by marriage.
No, that definitely so. She wouldn't be a sister-in-law any other way. But the reason why wouldn't she be called directly a sister? It could be that the non-Jews, if I'm not mistaken, they go according to the father. They understand that the family is built around the father, meaning even if they had since they had the father being the same, it should really be a sister. That's not clear. I'm not sure, but let's see further in any event. Continue on.
Itema de Gaira Elimelech Taman Lo Ella Kol Orche Besa U Mi Kala Umashti Eliphaz Ulifas. Okay, so and if you will say that she was converted, that Elimelech converted her.
Yes,
What's Taman?
Taman, that meaning if you want to say that Elimelech actually converted her.
So Taman means actually?
It's like a word meaning like in truth. If in truth you guide her,
But all of the guests of the
Oh,
house,
lo ela kol orche beise umachle umishte alfus. And it wasn't except for all the orche beise, the customs of the house of eating and drinking, that she should learn the customs of the house about eating and drinking. I mean, she should basically learn to keep kashrus. I mean, if you want to say that Elimelech did any type of a conversion, it was only in reference to her getting used to the Jewish customs of eating and drinking.
so he taught her the way a guest should behave in his house.
Well, not again. He taught her the ways of the house. He taught her kashrus, basically. He was teaching her kashrus. He brought her into the house in order to teach her kashrus.
And what is the last word? Ulifas?
It's that she should be taught.
I see. Okay.
Excuse me,
Amasai.
excuse me, there's a pasuk here in Ruth where Naomi says, Lichna Shivna Isha Lebeis Ima. So she's basically, I mean, that basically settles the fact that they had two different mothers.
Why?
Right.
Because she's saying, go each of you to your mother's house.
Why can't that be the same mother?
No, she's saying each of you go to your mother's house, meaning that, I mean, that, it seems that that's, from the grammar, it seems that each of you has a different mother.
Could be. I'm not sure.
If she would say, go both of you to your mother's house, okay, that's one thing, but to go each of you, I think is more of an indication that they were two different mothers.
Could be.
Weiter?
Okay. Yeah.
Amasai, Agsiras, Levatar.
Is Gairasa. Amasai is Gairasa. From when were they was Gair? When did they become converted?
Okay, Levatar, Kad, Aslas, Be Naomi.
Right. After that they went, after that Ruth went with after Naomi. Her conversion process started when she followed Naomi back to Eretz Israel.
Oh, so this is a statement, not a question.
Right.
When they got converted was after they went with Naomi. Kedin, according to the law. Amras, Amacha, Ami. When Ruth says the statement, "Your nation is my nation, your God is my God." What's this abbreviation? Adkan Lashon?
Yeah, that's the end of the Zohar.
End of the quote. Okay, so the Elimelech, if Elimelech actually converted her, it was only to teach her the customs of the house. And when they converted was after they went with Naomi. And when Ruth said, not they, when she converted was after she went with Naomi and she made the famous statement. Hare mivoar be hade be bezahak.
Zohar Kodesh.
The Zohar. Okay, so behold, it is explained, this is explained in the Zohar. Sharus lo nisgaira, that Ruth did not convert. Bisha shanashe mechalon, that she did not convert at the time.
Married Machlon.
Right. So it's
She married
it's clear from the, right, it's Mavura Behedji, it's explicitly clear from the Zohar Kodesh that Ruth was not converted at the time she was married to Machlon. Okay, so that's definitive according to the Zohar.
Is she get a conversion at the level like a shifcha? Just,
So previously, so we discussed, he went into details that that there were statements made by I think this is, one second, I'll show you.
I don't want to disrupt everybody. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. One second, well, just here. So if you look here at the Bach, Ayin Sham, the Bach, this is based on the Bach's Perush. That you look at the last paragraph. This is a summary of what he discussed previously, right? The Fikach, right? The Fikach, Kamu Shimshon Shlomo Nisu Sehem. They Shimshon and Shlomo had made their wives, right, in the same way. Af Shalpi Nigla Soda. That according to the Bach, right, that the type of conversion that that Orpah and Ruth went to, right, was the same type of conversion that Shlomo Melech and Shimshon did with their wives, right? That were obviously Goyas, right?
Mhm.
So that was the comment of the Bach. That was the comment of the Bach, that the Bach was commenting, right, that type of conversion was the same type of conversion that Machlon Bekilyon did with Orpah and Ruth. However, that's what the comment is being made now here, right? That here, this is, if you look at the beginning of the sentence on by Vav there, Rak al Zos Ir al Bach, there's what to comment about the Bach, that the Zohar is saying that clearly there was no conversion whatsoever. I mean, even the minimal conversion of the type that was done by Shlomo and Shimshon, that was, according to the opinion of the Zohar that we just quoted here, that didn't even exist according to the Zohar. So you have to take the Bach in light of the Zohar as well. So that brings us here. So he's going to discuss that. So, right. So it says here again, right. So Mevor Behedje Bezor Kodesh Shirus Slonis Geir B'Shas Nuslim Chanu Elimelech Rak Limedoisa. Go ahead, Lou, if you want. Elimelech, the father, only was teaching her Kol Orech Habayis Ayudi. It was teaching her to be a good, she can't cook the shrimps and lobsters anymore in our houses. Have to stay away from that stuff.
Yehudi, the ways of the Jews.
Call Orech Habayis Yehudi. All the customs of a Jewish house. Bachila v'shtia, in the ways of drinking and eating.
Drinking and eating. V'hachina. Likroa ha-gerus bizman haba.
And it was a hachana, it was a preparation for a conversion that would take place at a future time.
Okay, so the preparation was simply teaching her the laws of kashrut.
That's right.
V'shezeh haya rak ka'asher halacha. And that this was only according to halacha. Im nami.
No. Halcha, not halacha, but halcha. Im Naomi. She went with Naomi. And what was that? What, I mean, again, he couldn't have known that, but he didn't know he was not going to be around. But that future time that eventually came was when she finally went with Naomi.
Okay, so this future time was only when she went with Naomi.
Right.
Im Naomi la'achar mus ba'ala.
After the death of her husband.
After the death of Elimelech.
Well, actually, Machlon was her husband. Elimelech died earlier than that.
Oh, this is Ruth we're talking about, not Naomi.
I think so. I don't. It could be a reference to Elimelech after the death of Elimelech. Also, it could be.
Right. I can't see this word.
Umaha'ayinin hadavar.
Ma'ayin, and we see the matter.
Well, if you will look into the matter.
If you look into the matter, Shahabach ba'atzmo mevi divrei the Zohar, that the Bach himself brings the words of the Zohar. Ella b'mashiv nefesh pasuk yud gimel. But what is this word mashiv?
That's a sefer. That's a sefer on Megillus Rus, right? So the Bach. So we have to understand that what the Bach means, because the Bach himself brought these words of the Zohar, which say clearly that Ruth was not converted at all before or at the time of the marriage. Va'ala, not Ella, but Va'ala, it's up or it's found. It's found in the Meshiv Nefesh. That's a sefer. I think that's the Bach sefer on Megillus Rus, but pasuk Yud Gimel, and the pasuk Yud Gimel he springs this down.
The kasuv be'atzmo shenir mivoar shiladas hazahar. It's written. He writes it himself. The Bach himself writes that we see the explanation.
Well, yeah.
That we know. What is this hazahar?
Shadas hazohar, the opinion of the Zohar.
Oh, that we know that the opinion of the Zohar, kavar
Hiskim is agreeing.
Hiskim, it already is agreeing. Elimelech b'chiyuv sharus.
Bechayav, in his life.
Oh, Elimelech in his life, sharus tiyeh kalaso, that Ruth was his daughter-in-law. Ula kacha leveso, and he took her into his house. V'limada, and he taught her das Yehudis, the knowledge of Judaism. V'ulai, and perhaps kad shah levano. He married her to his son. Ella shalo nishas ad achar mos Elimelech. But Shalo nish as is to marry.
Right, so it could be, like, again, you have two different stages. There's Kedushin and Nisuin. So it could be that Elimelech was Mikadesh Ruth to his son Machlon, but they didn't do Nisuin until later.
Oh, so this was the betrothal theory.
Right.
Okay.
But again, we still have no one has really addressed the question of how you're going to get around the halacha of Moav that
Right.
how is he, unless he's posketing that halacha on himself? Maybe he decided that halacha for himself, and then it would be okay. Wouldn't be a problem.
Okay, so in other words, this theory is they were betrothed by Elimelech, but they didn't complete the marriage until after he died.
Right.
Kakasuv v'yames Elimelech begomer, as it is written, and Elimelech died, etc. Vayisu lahem nashim begomer. And they were their wives, etc. They married.
Yes.
How do you explain that he could make a betrothal when she wasn't even Jewish?
It wasn't a Jewish marriage, right? We admitted it wasn't a Jewish marriage, right? But he wanted her to be considered to be his son's wife, so she shouldn't go out and marry somebody else.
But I mean, but does it have any basis in reality? She's not Jewish.
That's
She's
right.
not Jewish. So how do you make a kedushin with that way?
It's only a kedushin in the civil sense, not in the religious sense. Obviously, she's not Jewish. She can't make kedushin. Kedushin is not chal.
Right. So this is a civil arrangement.
Like, yeah, apparently something
Okay.
like that.
Mm-hmm.
Im Kain Shapir Ki Amra Naomi Bishvilchem Mace Bali. So therefore, it is proper that Naomi said, for their sake,
Because of them.
my husband died.
Yeah, because of you, because she Naomi was telling, I'm not sure if she's referring to the men or the women, or all of them, but because of you, Mace Biley. That what? Right. That she was talking to Ruth from Harper. Naomi's telling Ruth, because of you, her husband died.
Where does she say that?
What?
I don't remember that. I don't remember her saying that in the Megillah.
I think so.
You think she does say, Naomi says that in the Megillah?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I have to check.
All right. Ki Ninsha Elimelech, because Elimelech was punished al she hachnisa leveso lehashia lehashia levano. He's punished because she entered into his house.
Right. Because Elimelech brought her into the house.
Velo haya hagerus there wasn't a conversion, l'shem shamayim. There wasn't a proper conversion according to heaven.
Well, meaning for the sake of heaven, meaning it wasn't, the conversion wasn't done l'shem shamayim.
Okay, so that's Barry's point, that whatever he did with her wasn't valid.
Right,
That's why he was punished.
right.
V'haro'eh yir'eh de fashtos divrei hazohar, and look and see the basic words of the Zohar. Mashma gam zos she'elimelech gam hashia mamash. So that we derive also this, that Elimelech also married in actuality. So this is saying he married Ruth to his son in actuality. We derive that from this.
Right, we see clearly from the Zohar, right, that Elimelech actually married Ruth to his son, but Blegeirus without conversion. Elimelech went ahead and married his son to Ruth without a conversion. Can't do that.
Ah. I see, without a conversion. So we see, because the Zohar says he was punished for this, that it was without a conversion. Oh, v'has,
Right.
v'has tefak,
Histapek.
v'histapek b'zeh sheyil mada das Yehudis. And this is enough to, it was enough to teach her the knowledge of Judaism. Vayikana likros ha gerus asher lemaaseh lo yatsa hadavar lipoal ki im acharei mos ba'ala. So it was enough to teach her the knowledge of Judaism, and she entered
really to prepare her to eventually be converted.
That she would do. It's not necessary. The matter is, the thing is not necessary.
Lo yotzi davar lepoil. The matter did not come to fruition, did not come out to actuality. Kim achri mos ba'ala, until after her husband died. That's when she was never converted. Ruth was never converted in the life of her husband.
So what is this? This sentence? It is enough. What was enough?
The problem was that Elimelech went ahead and married Ruth off to his son, when it would have been enough that she simply just learn about Das Yehudis and prepare to Mizgayer. Right? You didn't have to marry. That was not part of your. You don't, when you want to have a non-Jew convert, you don't say, well, you'll practice Jewish marriage. Let's marry you off to a Jew, and you'll be able to practice being having a Jewish marriage. That's not the way you do things. You want to teach them Jewish laws of kashrus. So you teach them what they need about keeping kashrus, but you don't have to marry them off to a Jew to learn about kashrus.
I see. So it would have been enough if he had just taught her Judaism
That's
and not,
right.
and not married her to his son.
Yeah, there's no need.
Does that also mean that if that's the case, that they were not actually properly married? So what was Boaz saying when he said, well, you have to marry Ruth, she's part of the package deal? She would have no connection to anything, any kind of property,
Right.
or any kind of yibum or semi-yibum or anything.
That's right.
So that means this can't be correct.
No, we don't. We have to understand what Boaz meant when he said that. Why did he say that? Again, there was no mitzvah of Yibum, right? Even if she was married 100% authentically, there's still be no mitzvah of Yibum because
Right.
Boaz was not the brother. Yibum is only possible. The mitzvah of Yibum is only through the brother. There was, as the Meforshim, the Malbim, and others say, there was a minhag that they would help out a widow because she had no children and she was widowed, so she'd be all left alone. So there was a minhag that the family would sort of adopt her. Someone in the family would adopt her by marrying her to at least have her be somewhat protected from the outside world. Otherwise, a woman who's a widow and no children, she's left to the imaginations of any Tom, Dick, and Harry that's going to be walking around the streets. They don't want that.
But what Boaz says, you have to understand it, because she legally has no connection to any kind of Yerusha.
Yeah, that's right. There was no Yerusha for her. She had no Yerusha whatsoever. The field was the field of Naomi's field.
So Rebbe's saying that Boaz is saying, as a kindness, you have to take Ruth along in this package deal.
Yeah, there was no real necessity to do that. What he did, right? He couldn't force Ploni Almoni to do it, what he asked him to do, right? And
But why does Ploni Almoni then? Why doesn't Ploni Almoni just say nothing doing? Forget about Ruth. I'm going to redeem the field, and that's
Right.
it.
Yeah, I'll take the field and you deal with the other problems.
because Boaz was the gadol ador. That's the way Boaz wanted to do it. If the Chafetz Chaim said, this is what we want to do, so you can say, a nice idea, keep it to yourself. I'll do what I want to do. Can't go against the
It's
gadol
not the
ador.
Jewish way. The Jewish way is to say baloney.
So Boaz was forcing the issue. He wanted to force the issue. Look, your Boaz was taking a big risk. What if only I wanted to said yes? Right? If the only point was getting her to the field, just let him take the field and
No,
Ruth would be free. And then Boaz took a big risk.
but he made him an offer he could refuse. In other words, Boaz knew he would refuse.
Well, I don't know about that.
Because did Ploni Almoni know the law about the female Moabite at that point?
Yeah, everybody knew about it. That was the big talk. They were talking about that for generations. They were talking about that till even David Melech, right?
I know I'm saying, but when it wasn't, when did it become known? Not even if it wasn't totally accepted, but when did it become known that a Moabite woman was acceptable for marriage? At what point in the Megillah? At what point in the Megillah did that become known?
That's what the Meforshim said. When he took 10 from the Sanhedrin, he
Right.
took it to Meforshim Davar. They wanted to be Meforshim the Davar that he was paskening the halacha, right? There was Moav v'lo Moav Avis.
Oh, okay.
That's one
So
of
the
that's
Ploni
one of the-
Almoni knew it too.
Well, I mean, he was very nice, but it's a nice new halacha, fresh off the press. And as Paulie said, he didn't want to ruin his family's reputation.
He's
Right,
afraid of
you
his,
know.
he's afraid of his wife.
Also, that's a good reason.
Yeah,
All right. Okay, listen, we'll have to stop. It's a little bit late already. Let's pick up tomorrow. And we'll stop for a
Great.
few minutes and start the Mr. Bashir. We're in again the second chalik of the Mr. Birkas Kohanim. Right, so we'll continue this tomorrow. And Roy should have a good afternoon. Hope